Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to X 11, and welcome back finally to the FlightFactor A350-900. Yes, an airplane that I've had so many requests for, so many have told me to do it, so many have wanted me to fly it, and finally it's here, relegated to a premiere. Not even a live stream today, no, a premiere. So yes, premiere meaning I'm flying in the real world today, flying from Helsinki Vantaa to London Heathrow Airport, flying aboard with Finnair, flying aboard a 350 on a 2.5 hour leg. Why a 350 on such a short flight? Why not Beijing or Shanghai? We'll talk about doing a flight today, why Finnair such a big airplane on such a short route. But first things first, we'll jump in cockpit, set the aircraft up, and prepare for departure today. But like I say, an airplane, honestly, I love flying it. It's so automated, so much of it is done for you. Again, I don't know why I don't fly it as much as I say for other airplanes, but it's a 350, we're taking flights. I'm maybe not most familiar with it, there are airplanes I know better, but of course it's commonality with a lot of other Airbus aircraft, and therefore pretty much everything you know from 320 will probably apply for this. So, first things first, let's get the batteries turned on. Emergency batteries on, solar power is available, so that comes on. With 50, it's just a case of, if you see an off light, you press it and you turn it on. So generators on, bus tyre on, passenger electrics on, generators on, passenger cabin systems on, wire switches to nav, hydraulics on. We'll turn on the emergency lights, set the leg lights to automatic as with the strobe lights, cabin oxygen supply armed, air systems all come on, all automatic, the bleeds and the packs in this aeroplane. Air conditioning cargo comes on, set everything to their centre points, same for the automatic bleeds, cabin midpoints, cockpit midpoints, airflow normal, ventilation systems on, ground hydraulics on, engine assist systems on, and you can see that's pretty everything's good to go. Cabin altitude to automatic and cabin pressure to automatic. Yeah, that looks good. First we're going to do now is quickly jump into the flight management computer. One thing for 50 is that everything pops out. You can't actually touch screens themselves, which I don't mind too much. This is all kind of tone systems on top of the FlightFactor, which make it a lot better. Head over to visualization and plug in our routing. So our flight number today is Finnair 7 Whiskey Golf. So we'll plug that all in. Like that as well. Right, 7 Whiskey Golf from Helsinki Vantaa to London Heathrow. Our return to stay is Birmingham, Echo Bravo. We plug our waypoints manually, it takes a few minutes. Flight level today, cruising level 400. Cost index of 34. Couldn't find the Finnair 350 cost index, so 34. Go for that on our flight plan. Next thing we're going to do is set up our reference system, align the IRS, and now that's get going. 8 minutes so it all gets aligned. Thank you very much. What we can do is head over to flight plan, but before we do that, what isn't now turned on, we can add our passengers. So that's the config screen. Right, passenger count. So off the crew, we have 4 cabin crew on board plus 2 pilots, so 6 crew in total. The actual total is 260 aircraft holds the maximum. The actual passenger count is 314, I believe. Yes, they're on 4. So if I max out the airplane, starting with first class, should be its capacity of 28. No, it's not. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, sorry. Business class holds 36. And then economy class is 198. So max out passengers are payload and cargo. So we're going to need 7.8 divided by 2, that's 3.5 plus 4, 3.9. What's actually number of pallets? So okay, 4 for that, and 4 for that. Implement that to the airplane, passenger cargo loaded, head over to the fuel. We're going to do type in our fuel numbers manually, so you can see destination, alternative, contingency, so forth, so forth. That all links to the flight plan here. So, trip is destination, alternatives, alternative, contingency, so forth, so forth. Right, so destination requires 13464. Alternative is 2782. Contingency is 1311. AP should be online for about 15 minutes. I'm taxiing at Helsinki approximately 10 minutes. Takeoff remain, leave that blank, and implement that into the aeroplane. So passengers boarded, fuel's been loaded. We'll need to be back onto the performance calculator page. So yeah, get rid of that, open that, and close that. Right, we'll load up PACX at the same time, so menu, start flight, Helsinki Vantaa, London Heathrow, Alpha Yankee 1337, lead slow, if you know that mean you're a 2000s legend, 40,000 cruise, 2 hours 35 on the clock, with departure in approximately, how many minutes? I don't know if the aircraft has a clock in the cockpit, I'm sure there is a clock somewhere, I just can't find it. No, I can't, okay. Go on then, they're from the configuration, so it's currently 1536, departures in 23 minutes. Next page, A350-900, 314 passengers, yes to Wi-Fi, yes to entertainment. We do have Finnair boarding music, we're playing that. We do have Finnair safety briefing, we're playing that. Do get snacks, don't get a meal service, we don't need customs cards, we do not have flight number continuation, and with that, passengers start boarding. So that'll take a fair few minutes. Let's see if this cabin is actually not bigger than what the display has for us. And that's how we are pointed out today. Right, down to the FMS and let's look at our routing. Starting off with Helsinki, inside next waypoint to Nunto. From Nunto we fly Yankee 369. It takes us to Recto. It directs to Dimir, so insert that. Recto, next waypoint, Dimir. From Dimir we fly the November 782. November, sorry, 872. To Pam. Then it's the Lima 980 to Saman. Direct to Logan, so insert that. Scroll on down. Saman to Logan. That one, return and apply. Inside that, flight path complete. So departing runway 22 left, direct to Nunto, and it's Logan 2 Hotel from runway 09 left at Heathrow. Let's greet passengers and let's go through the rest of our configuration. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, on board Finnair flights 1337 from Helsinki Vantaa to London Heathrow. Flight time today, 2 hours and 35 minutes, just in the final stage of preparing the aircraft for departure as we look to fly to London today. Right now, weather at London showing clear skies, no clouds reported at 25 degrees centigrade, so nice and warm on the arrival. And therefore, we hope you sit back, relax, enjoy your flight. Any questions, feel free to speak to your cabin crew on board today. Thank you very much for using Finnair. So now passengers to listen to a message. Very quiet, not the end of the world. Right, that goes into the back to the aeroplane. We've done the fueling, we've done the main bulk of the cargo, so get rid of the ground services for that. So ground equipment, get rid of the luggage loader, get rid of the fuel truck. Passengers still boarding on the jet bridge, we'll leave those in place. Back to the door controls. Close you, and we'll close that as well. So that's attached to the rear door, but don't think I was going to be using that to the rear today. So yeah, that's all looking good. Listen to our ATIS for departure today. It works. Please work for us. Yeah, that's more like it.
Winds 220 at 12 knots, visibility 10 kilometers, temperature 21 degrees Celsius. 2.12 degrees Celsius, altimeter 1013, sky clear.
1013 sets. Cool, so that's our race today. No ATC, therefore we're going to have on Unicom. But again, 20 at 12 knots, visibility 10 plus 10, or 10 kilometers. Temperature 22 centigrades, altimeter 1013, which is standard, so very simple for us today. Get rid of that. So departure, runway 22 left will stay the same. Go back to initialization, go to our departure, plug in runway 22 left, no SID, go to fly direct, and transition not required. So that's going to mark it as a overfly for us, so we'll fly runway heading for a little bit to make left-hand turn, approximately 3 miles, delete the continuity, and insert our flight plan. We're going to do is quickly close that, head over to the plan page, and just quickly zoom over our waypoints. Let's grab the arrows. Yeah, do that, shall we? Okay, that's fine. So step, 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 step. All looking good, all looking good. Logan, if you zoom out a bit more, you should also show our destination at Heathrow. There it is. We'll turn to the Birmingham. Perfect. So I'm happy with the flight plan, no issues there. Close you can go to ARC, you can zoom back in again. You can sit on the nav page, do that slightly. And that's not available, be a few more minutes for the RS lines, I believe. Just double check that. On the RS line again. RS, okay, less than a minute ago, that's fine. Right, finally, performance. I'm going to pop out the side panel here, make sure both are visible, head over to the aircraft settings, go to performance calculator, runway slope 0.0, flaps 1 for departure, and there we have it, 136, V1, rotate 136, V2 139, flex 1046, 136, 136, 139, flaps 1 for takeoff, flex temp 46. If you have any noise restrictions, we don't have it today, leave that blank. And there you have it, transition altitude is 5,000 feet at Finland. So, leave the on performance page. We can leave the on performance page for reference. In fact, we need to open it again anyway when passengers boarded. We will secure the exits. Again, no T today, so going straight up to level 400 for Climbout, 40,000 feet. Speeds automatic, altitude automatic, all automatic today. And localizers there, approach modes there, autopilot's there, auto thrusters there, landing systems, all pretty standard for an Airbus. Go through the Ecam messages now, so brakes needs to be activated on the anti-skids. Survival systems we can activate down here, system 1, system 2. The only thing I can't find a switch for is the GWS. I do note they are available on the FMS, so back into U, down to survival, down to controls, and if it's GPWS in terrain mode, I'll select the flaps, automatic weather, all systems automatic. Leave U on standby for now with our XPDR on automatic, and F1 transponder should hopefully just work itself when we get ourselves to the runway. Squawk 2000, no clearance for control today. Right. To the aeroplane, which will confirm the legs quickly. Should in theory give us the altitude for climb out. I'll go back to the translation. Level 400 is selected. RS is aligned, thank you very much. So I presume it'll give us a climb profile once we actually have ourselves ready to go. That's a flight plan. I feel like it should give me the altitude already. For some reason decided today not to. Fuel and board takeoff winds is what's required. Go to performance, which is all set, that's looking good. Climb out, cost center for 34, that's all fine. Winds page, you can insert our company request winds. Cruising altitude at DMIT. Back to the flights plan. Down to winds. DMIR 400154, that's 19. So flight level 400, 154, 19 knots. Not very strong wind today. Does actually get a bit busier, a bit windier from Deagle onwards. So 400 is 163 at 27. And I believe it should essentially update the winds throughout the flight's progress. So we'll sit at Golan. Golan's reporting 172 at 33. Cubat reports 183 at 28. Eel is 182 at 28. Lil C is 188 at 34. Pan is 188 at 34 as well. It's fine. So each different stage of flight have different winds as required. Yeah, apart from that, all looks pretty good. Cruising altitude, that's all set. Back decimal. There goes. Economy cruises at 8, that's fine. 6.3. Don't really want to set to. If we need to speed things up, we can always speed things up if we need to. Right, back to the flight plan. So I'll figure out the altitude while we're doing the altitude at this point on. We can switch over to the engine start checklist. That's the next one we'll be really referring to. Seatbelts on, no smoking on. And AP can start. Perfect. Okay, that's fine. Later we need it. Fuel and load, that's all inputs. Hang on. Has it? No, it hasn't. Okay, right, let's do that now quickly. It's probably why give me the altitudes. Zero fuel weight today is 174.5. 174.5. Center of gravity 29.3. Block fuel is 20.3. There we go, that's more like it. Climbout now visible, it's all active. Back to the legs page. Now it's giving the altitude, you can see, as well as our routing, gives us a climb profile. So initial climb, pitch down a little bit to 10,000, so it increases speed. I'll zoom out slightly, and give you the rest of the flight with our cruising altitude at recto. There, that's what I was missing. Again, when it comes to the Airbus, it's basically the same process for every single aeroplane. You just make sure you're doing it in the right order. Everything's loaded, just waiting now for the final few passengers to board the aeroplane, and then we can get ourselves going. Little cabin, slowly filling up. See how far we are in terms of progress. You will not board, yeah, you're seated, seated. Not an aircraft, not an aircraft, not an aircraft. Perfect, so at this point, we're just over 3/4 full, so a few more passengers aboard left, but we are slowly getting there. Nothing else needs to be worried about. Air conditioning, that's fine, that's into the engines. Doors not closed yet because loading passengers. Yeah, that's all fine at this point. So tell me that the PAC's not active, air conditioner's not active right now. That's because we're connected to the ground. APUs are available, so APU generator can come on, as well as the APU generator is on, along with the APU leads. And that should bring that all offline. Thank you, aircraft. I've got air conditioning. Solar power comes off. Go back to the ground handling. Ground handling comes off. Doors are open, chocks are in place. As soon as we finish boarding, pretty much ready for push and starts. And then do is go over to our auto Unicom for departure today. So stand 30, taxi via Victor Golf onto Zulu, holding Zulu Alpha from runway 2, show on screen. Runway 22 left, no SID, going to fly direct. Trajectory 5,000 feet, that's all looking good. So sea traffic, 350, stand 30 pushing back, taxi to runway, line up and take off airborne on climb. Again, a few messages automatically, just allow the aircraft or allow people around you to know what you're doing, without having to manage everything out one by one. Oh, sorry about that. Also, I had my COVID jab today, because if you remember from the inbound video, I talked about how I needed my jab to get to Finland without any problems. Well, it turns out as of today, they've just announced they don't actually need COVID vaccination anymore, therefore I didn't actually need it in the end. Oh, well, it's all about peace of mind, I guess. Takeoff trim needs to be at 34%, so it's just the trim. Bring the arrow towards the center point for that. Okay, small little details on the A350 that I really like, just makes it enjoy to flight. That's our auto brake for takeoff. I don't know how to set the bracing for landing. We need to switch down here when you tax place, but they're quite narrow, I must admit. But we'll get to it when we get to it. That's a problem for landing Drawyah, not taking off Drawyah. Taking off, pretty much good to go. Just waiting for last few passengers aboard now. So rotate 136, V2 139. All on APU power, so now that's what's come on, forget about that. Yeah, so far so good. Let's have now to our right, okay, I'm just pushing back now as we speak. So I'll put them on the whereby, shall we? So into Helsinki. So that's us, Finnair 7 Golf. Got an Finnair Austria. Oh, Ukraine apparently. Flying to Bergen, okay then. It's something, it's confused what it is, but it's a KLM into Bergen. It's got a S7 Airlines going to Moscow, Sheremetyevo. So getting a bit busy now at Helsinki. So more airplanes making their way into the world. Ooh, interesting. They're pushing back from runway 09, are they? Just quickly confirm on flight radar, active runway at Helsinki. I'm fairly sure it's 22 today, because yeah, winds are facing 22. Quickly announce on Unicom, course sign. Just let him know that he's facing the wrong way. Thank you, cabin crew. Thank you very much. So, passengers are boarded, they're getting an introduction, and we are pretty much now ready to get going. Got 6 minutes to space departure. I don't know if we can quite squeeze out them sitting there right now, but figure out what they're doing. Cameras now closed, get rid of that. Doors and hatches, close that. The aircraft's on the parking brakes, so we can get rid of the round chocks. Remove Bennett gates. Now fully independent of the ground. So now it's our intention to start and push. In fact, before we can do that, we pre-plan my pushback and see where we end up relative to the KLM. We're on top of it apparently.
Grounded cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
So I'm going to wait for them to move first. As soon as they move, we can then get going. Hopefully it won't take too long. Again, we had a few minutes of flight plans, so 2 hours 35. Hopefully get there a bit sooner than that Heathrow. Yes, 7's now pushing back. Which way are you going to face? See, I'm not going to fall to peer pressure. In fact, well, you know what, we'll do that instead. Pre-land pushback. So I wanted to exit here to get an Alpha Victor. What I may end up doing actually is, ooh, you doing a U-turn? Okay, well then do is U-turn. Go on then, little KLM. I'll let you do your,
Grounded cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Hopefully he faces the right way. And the question is, we need to wait for him as well. Which way are you facing? Which way are you pushing? Right, so now it's our intention to push back. We'll get the tuck into position. The beacon lights on, so I'm going to get the engine startup. That's the auto SAM pushing the jet bridge away.
Grounded
Start the
cockpit,
pushback.
tow is driving up.
And let's figure out what we're going to do now. So they're facing the right way, they're moving out the way. Hopefully we can try and squeeze in front of the S7 there. Depends how much it takes for the ground type to move into position. Fortunately in the 350, the engine start's not a particularly long process, so it takes too long to get ourselves out of the way. So, welcome Tug. No, it's 320 Neo or 320 CO of Sharplets. I think it's yeah, it's just CO right there.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All connects. Still holding position. Still holding position. I'll take that as a nod for us to go. So, nose gets lifted.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Right, now as we go. We're given the clearance start the engines, so flying checklist, move the Ecam into auto mode, which it already is. Engine start selector active. And once we go for engine 1 first, engine 2, so engine 1 starts. Watch the N2 and N3.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen to an important safety demonstration.
Once the N2 gets high enough, we'll then move on to the fuel flow, which in turn increases the exhaust temperature, which in turn increases the thrust outputs. So I should activate now, there we go. Fuel flow increases, exhaust should not hit the red zone. If it does, shut the engine off. Thrust slowly increases. There you go, it's looking good.
Make sure that your armrest is in the down position and the window shade is open. Please raise your seat back to the upright position and stow your table. Your safety belt is fastened by inserting.
They've just the taxi lights, so they'll be able to go very shortly. Engine 1, good starts. Engine 2 starts.
Your safety belt must be fastened during
We need you on the performance mode, or performance page, and use that as a reference. Same for you. You can sit in the performance page. So S1, active, performance.
For your own safety, we kindly ask you to avoid spending excess time in the aisles.
Engine 2 increases. Then 1 increases.
You must comply with all posted placards and lighted signs in the cabin.
There we go. Engine 2, good starts.
Smoking is forbidden in the laboratories. This also applies to electronic safety.
We will turn
Your cabin crew
off the engine startup.
ensure your safety.
APU lead off. APU shut down.
If the cabin pressure drops, the oxygen masks will automatically appear.
We move the joystick.
Nearest mask or the
The aircraft will automatically go into the flight control page.
mask as shown.
So let's move the elevators,
Oxygen is flowing.
the ailerons,
Mask on first, then your manual buttons. If you are seated
the
in business
rudder,
class, your life jacket is located in a compartment underneath your seat. In economy class,
there we go,
your life jacket is in a pouch under your seat. Put the jacket
and
over your
the
head,
spoilers.
fasten a buckle
Spoilers up,
and tighten the
and
strap.
spoilers down, looking good.
Inflate the life jacket only when you need
That's
to.
down to position 1.
This aircraft has 8 emergency exits, which are all marked.
Aircraft should now stop pushing back.
All exits are equipped with slide
Perfect.
ramps. Escape lights at floor level lead to these exits.
So make a left down at the Victor as the KLM upstate flight.
Please pay close attention to the location of your nearest exit. Bear in mind that
Takeoff big test will do that towards taxiing.
the emergency position when instructed to do so. It is important to bend forward and downwards and as low as possible. In case of an emergency, it is also
Perfect.
important to leave all hand luggage in the aircraft. The safety
Operation
features of this
complete.
aircraft
Go ahead and set the parking brake.
the safety
Parking brake sets.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
information on the safety.
Done our pre-flight checks, so nothing more for me to do in that regards. Shutting down.
Please ask your cabin crew.
move on to the next checklist if we need to. So after starts, engine controls,
We're choosing Finnair.
anti-ice required, AP masters off, AP narrator to come off, ground spoilers armed, back lever set, pitch trim set, and you can status checked. Passenger data off. Fair enough. Moist Master's on, so I presume that's something like that. Oh well, leave it as it is. Pressurization, all auto, completed. So yeah, we can go for checks if we need to, but so that's just there for our own reference. Right, target should now disconnect. Sometimes it can be a bit funny in flight sim, so if it's still locked onto nose gear, you can then just deactivate better pushback. Go on, we'll do that. So plug in admin, better pushback, disable. There is an issue with FlightFactor as well, 350, that sometimes having that enabled also stops your nose wheel from turning, so that's just get rid of it anyway. Nose wheel to taxi, announce our intention to taxi. Parking brake released. So going, shall we? Perfect. I'll take off config checks.
Ready to go.
Take off optic green. Thank you, cabin crew. Go too fast, the aircraft will actually tell the nose will tell us, so be very steady with taxiing this thing. Very, very steady. On a straight line it's alright, just kind of corners to be worrying about. Turn and circle 350, supposed to be really good in real life. I personally, in flight sim, find it a little bit hit and miss sometimes, can be a bit sluggish. A little bit more. There we go, that's more like it. No, nose's gone again. See, it's not exactly the well, it's very, very sensitive, that nose will tilt up. Very sensitive indeed. And across the currently inactive 1634. Taxi to the very end, make a left. Essentially for our taxi path, all we're doing is continuing on Zulu. To the Alpha at the very end. It's going to flop like anything. Using 8% of our fuel tanks today, so this aeroplane's probably the lightest it'll ever be. Means our takeoff performance will be fantastic. Can't lie that. Reject takeoff brake sets. Spoilers are armed. Cabin crew, please take your seats for departure. Also, PACX is linked to the function keys or shift keys are linked to the blooming doors, of course. So hopefully, once we're airborne, we don't accidentally open the passenger doors. Okay, that'd be really awkward. Okay, I need to figure out if I can unsync those keys. So shift 9, shift 10 is for PACX. Apparently, also opens the passenger and cargo doors. Ooh, do not want that, Drawyah. Do not want that. So make a left. Activate the landing lights. And runway turn off lights. Open U. Go to survival systems. Activate the TARI, transponder comes on. Again, turning cycle, not the friend of the FlightFactor 350 at the very least. That's all centered, and let's take off. There's a chrono key, so we'll be using that as well. Right, takeoff. Crosswalls 40. 1-2 stable. Manflex 46, SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Thrust sets. 60 knots. 80 knots. V1 rotates. V2 positive rates, gear up. Just climb 15 degrees. And there you have it. Finnair 1337, now leaving Helsinki Vantaa. Making way for London Heathrow Airport. Very, very silent apparently. Not much of engine noise. But we are climbing. Throttle reduced to climb power. Push nose down slightly and start banking to the right. Flaps will raise at 176 knots. Up. Cool, so far so good. Passing through 4,500. Resets the spoilers. Studio fashion way, there we go. Cockpits on lots. And now, so what's left are the seatbelt signs and no smoking signs. You can activate the autopilot, so the aircraft will take command for the climb to level 400. Same for our heading, same for our speed. Passing through 5,000, altimeter we can set to standard and standard. And at this point, we can now just sit back, relax, and enjoy our flights. In our super automated 350, which will do absolutely everything for us. Again, not my favourite airplane in the world, 350, but I don't deny it's a very, very good airplane for its automatic systems. That also just matters as well. Right, passing through 7,500. Back on ourselves. There's the... where's the S7 gone? There's too far away. So yeah, the S7 heading back to Moscow. Going to head out the other way. We will technically be chasing the KLM for a little bit. I think they're already gone as far as Pemio. Going to Bergen. So actually, going to take a slightly path for us anyway. That's our routing. Oh no, they've got a very different routing. No, we won't chase them at all. Yeah, so they're going their way. We're going our way. The S7 heading down to Moscow. So they've actually got some decent ATC coverage. Quite busy in Moscow today. Is that Domodedovo? Sorry, yeah. DD's Domodedovo, sorry. Sheremetyevo's Echo Echo, not Delta Delta. Yeah, so far so good. 10,000 feet, then the lights can come off.
As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft
We'll probably get rid of the seatbelt sign off as well quite quickly because it's a straight line path, there's no wind, we're up the cloud layer, and nothing really weather-wise going to cause any effect for us, so we'll let the cabin crew show announcements and we'll switch off the seatbelt sign today. Also, lots of dinging. Obviously, the passengers are desperate for something back there. Seatbelts off, seatbelts off. And, yeah, let me now turn up or disable the keyboard commands for the, no commands found. Really? I'm into the airplane. Okay, does he... if I do that... yeah, okay. Don't do that, Drawyah. Does this airplane have its own key binding set up? Options. That's a negative. GroundService airplane, no. Joystick actions, no, that's not it. Cool, so I'm going to have to live in hope that I don't accidentally go and press all the, well, don't open the doors midway through the flights, because that won't be appreciated by passengers, I don't think. So that's our force calculator. We'll leave that pretty much blank now. So another takeoff. User's guide, charts, options, joystick. We've got cabin announcements, but again, we have got PACX for it anyway, so I don't really need to use that. That's our cabin lighting, increased cabin lighting. Doors are all automatic. It should be for the cabin crew doing their job. Fueling, that's just our fuel light, 8% on both tanks. We'll leave it on that, I guess, for the visual reference as well. Right, so, apart from the fact that we may be accidentally opening the doors throughout flights constantly, how's the rest of it looking? Pretty good, actually. ATC comms, we can do that later on. FMS can leave you on the flight plan page now. That'll give you our reference for the routing. Airport data, can't hear not, that's fine. And it's not meant to be the best aircraft, the FlightFactor library, but it is a very good airplane, the FlightFactor. I really enjoy flying this aircraft on the rare occasion I actually do. Let's go through the cabin and see who's on board our flights for the passengers on board today. Spotting names gives us, well, I can't give shouts as a premiere, but there's anybody that I personally recognise today. I'm sure when I go through the stream later on, I'll go through the chat like, oh look, someone recognise this person. I wonder who they are. But 314 people on board today. 4 cabin crews, so 1, 2, 3, 4 white dots. They're the passengers, they're the people serving the passengers today. Predominantly for safety, but also for snacks. So far, not really anyone to shout about. Nope. Get quad, very good. No one really to say at this point. Nope. Nope. And no. Absolutely no one today. Absolutely no one. Oh, see that's lit up. Does that mean... yeah, that's active, that's inactive. That's what's hearing dings. That's active the whole time. Climbing now through level 215 to 1,500. currently doing max decimal 7.3, so pretty good max speed today for our cruise. Hopefully it means we'll save some time on the arrival. ETA at Heathrow, because I'm going to have to do it on the pop-outs. ETA showing at a time of 15:28 Zulu, so 16:28. Yeah, I don't know what the instant time is because there's no clock anywhere, so I'm going to have to wing it. We level for 7 minutes, I can tell you that much. Yeah, so I presume so. 19 gets pie socks. 15 to 15, so about 2 hours and 10 minutes away. 2 hours 10 to go. 2 hours 18 on the clock, so actually pretty good for that time. Cool. Yeah, so passengers are happy, relatively, with 95%. A little bit behind on departure, but I think they'll understand that with the traffic we had. I'm relatively happy. Aircraft's configured, set up and flying. No issues that I can spot at the moment. So, continue to apply them out. As we now depart the land of 1,000 lakes. Again, I do absolutely adore Finland as a country. I've been here twice before. This will be my 3rd trip into Suomi. And yeah, every time I've left, I've always had a really, really good time. So I've got some really good friends out there, those I'm really close to. Some really good, it was just everything. Hospitality's great, food's great. Just, I've never had a bad time in Finland. And I hope that this time, when I'm now leaving, also a pretty good time as well. Probably a big few changes this time because now it's post-COVID. A few friends have had a big change in their lives, but again, it's been a good few years. Last one I went was Christmas, New Year's 2019/2020, just before the start of the pandemic. Ooh. I'm glad I went then because normally I try and go every year and a half or so. It's now been 2.5 years, coming up to 3 years since last went. So my every 18 months I go. Well, I've now been 25, 26, so yes, it's been a while. Been too long for my liking, way too long for my liking. Passing now through 28,000, level 280. Still showing around 15:30 Zulu, so so far so good. At this point now, crossing over the, well, it's kind of the border of the Gulf of Finland, the Gulf of Bothnia. So that's Finland. That's Bothnia over there. Once again, just staring at all the lakes down below. Not as graphically impressive as Microsoft Flight Sim, certainly will never be, but at least within the aircraft itself today, the FlightFactor A350, systems-wise, everything within it's actually pretty good standards. The gauges system's pretty good, everything looks very well put together. The cabin, of course, is a work of art. If we go over to the other side, there's the secret staircase. If we go up the secret staircase, we get to the cabin crew rest area. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beds, 6 beds. Each little interphone, each little TV screen. Of course, Netflix loads on. Yeah, it's a private little area for the cabin crew just to buckle themselves in and have a little rest. Go back down the stairs again. Nice and large cabin. This layout being far closer to the PACX layouts than the actual FMS layouts. So 3x3 seating in the main area. Jump down to business class, 2x2x2. wine and champagne stand, of course, as well. Classic Finnair, apparently. And then leaves the front first class, which is 1x2x1. And this is where the luxuries really go. So, big seats, comfy seats, private screen, little privacy thing that just opens up and closes you in, essentially. Not quite as luxury as, say, Qantas, which has all the... Not Qantas, actually, Qantas have them? No, I don't think they do. I know Etihad Emirates have them, where it's like a proper door or curtain they can close and keep yourself privately in. It's a very open public first class section, but it's not looking too bad, not looking too bad. I was a bit like share that, but then the first time doesn't look like share at all. Again, that's like a... I'm not going to say it, but you know who that looks like. Yeah, looking pretty good. In terms of my seat today, I am kind of in the middle section, just behind the wing, 2 rows in. So this here is my seat for the flight today. So I'm looking out just behind the wing, nice big wing today, nothing but water at the moment. Yeah, no, pretty good. I've been serving this side actually has better, well, I'll tell you better reviews in regards to looking down at the islands down below. Do I make a switch? I might do actually. I don't know. I sit left, I sit right. But this point's too late. My seat's already decided if I've switched or not because I've already, well, bought the flying. But yeah, that's the seat I'm in. Cost extra £40 off my booking there. So the flight booking was 62. Choices was Finnair for 62, or Ryanair, which was a slightly earlier flight, for 58. This flight in the 350 was £4 more expensive. Then again, the Ryanair seat choice was about £2.50. The Finnair seat choice was £42. So it didn't really work out that much cheaper in the end, did it? But nah, it's all good. If I fly on the Finnair 350, I'm going to spend the extra money just for that experience, I guess. That's the big part of it. It's the experience. It's an airplane I've never been on before. It's a whole new world that I'm going to enjoy while I can. So yeah, why are Finnair flying such a big aeroplane on such little routes? Predominantly down to cargo. So back when... so Finnair and British Airways are both part of the Star Alliance? No, One World. They're both part of One World. They used to co-chair this route, so both airlines would operate the same routes on the same aircraft. So basically, co-chair on each other's aeroplanes, depending on what the fleet was available. And because British Airways are partnered with Royal Mail, it means that British Airways will take cargo on their flights. So it takes cargo, letters, mails, parcels, all that kind of stuff. Now that the co-share has ended, Finnair, being the one-world partner, now take British Airways as cargo. So twice a week, they'll fly 2 350s into Heathrow, one on a Friday and one on a Wednesday, I believe it is. This is a Wednesday flight. And so flight to Heathrow, stay at Heathrow overnight, and Thursday morning at 7 AM, depart from Heathrow back to Helsinki Vantaa. So the cabin crew and the flight crew will stay here overnight. I do a layover at Heathrow for a day, and then tomorrow fly back to Helsinki. But this time with all the cargo loaded, parcels loaded, all the Royal Mail stuff loaded on board. So that's kind of the predominant reason why they fly this aircraft on this route, cargo. So the extra passenger seats, that's just kind of the bonus, the extra that it comes with. Apart from that, yeah, just overall cargo, pretty much. But again, fastest like me, it's just an opportunity to fly big airplanes, such short little routes. Still looking, well, doing pretty good on the fuel at the moment. Is that updating, or is that kind of just going to sit there? If I look at the, so that's approximately range 2,053 kilometers, which is well within the limits. 18136 fuel on board. That should. Does it update? No. So apparently, as you can see here, so takeoff, what total block fuel was 20335. So 18136. So apparently 2,000 already in. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that as the flight progresses, if it changes or not. Okay, we should have plenty of fuel for flights. Our estimated fuel on arrival is currently at 5 tons. So yeah, plenty on board today. 15.9 to the arrival. Actual time of landing today, so the flight's scheduled to land at 17:05 local time, so 16:05 Zulu. tells me we're about half an hour ahead of schedule at the moment, which is pretty good. Probably helps that we have got very little in the way of winds today, so it's a straight line flight, it's nothing really to worry about. We're now increasing altitude, flight level 400, takeoff level off. Speed will probably stay the same. And pretty much everything is good to go. Execution SMS set, Ecam memo set, and then page review set, that's looking good. Automatic. Different map modes if you want to view them. Our airports, don't need those at all. Constraints, can actually have our constraints visible, that's quite handy. So hold 400 until we get as far as... Let's probably do our approach now as while we're at it. Go on then. Heathrow, arrivals. So at the moment we're expecting runway 09 left. And it will be via the Logan to hotel arrival. So ILS 09. Logan to hotel. On the Drawyah, there we go. Transition none, insert that. Check Logan for any continuities, there shouldn't be. Insert that, good to go. What I can do is then go over to the plan mode. Zoom in a bit. So essentially fly straight in, there's Logan, straight into runway 09 and Heathrow. Should be a straight approach, we should actually have a banked turn at some point because 09 faces the other way. Is our nav data not correct? I don't think it is. Back to Heathrow. Arrivals again. So Logan to hotel, transition via none, approach none, runway 09 left. Could we go via anywhere? We have to look at charts for Heathrow, 2 seconds. I feel like missing a waypoint. Yeah, I'm coming via Lambourne, there we go. Right, so Logan, 2% down to Lambourne, and from Lambourne should then go into Heathrow, so via Lambourne. There, Lambourne, that's more like it. Insert that, insert that. Back to plan mode you go. Step, 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 step. Logan, delete this continuity. That's how that decel has it. Logan, Lambourne, DZ, that's fine. Lambourne 3034, that's more like it. So, flight plans inputs, I am happy with that. Our ETA is now at 15:35 Zulu, so that's 30 minutes ahead of schedule at the moment. We'll see how that changes as flight progresses. So far so good. Right, so you go back to nav mode. This will say, sorry, you go back to arc mode, you say nav mode. Zoom out both, probably to more extended view of the routes. Eventually zoom out far enough, it does hide the altitude on the plan mode, so actually zoom back in a little bit more. Oh no, I'm just being dumb, press the wrong one. Right, nav mode, zoom out, there we go. Airborne for only 22 minutes so far. Can't talk, Drawyah. It's pretty good progress so far. Stats wise, looking at an ETA right now of, so that's our local now time recording ETA time. Hour 52 remaining. This tells me it's 2 hours 4 remaining. So yeah, we are 10 minutes ahead of passenger expectation at the moment, which is pretty good. Still at 40,000, ground speed 456 knots, doing Mach decimal 84. Yeah, no, this is superb. At this point, I'll probably be watching Goes Wrong show. So I've got the episodes bought on YouTube. Again, I love mischief comedy. I never knew who they were 3 months ago. Then someone on the IVAO Discord was like, "Hey, Drawyah, you should go and watch this show. I recommend it. It's their closing night tonight." So I booked tickets, I went, and I loved it. Magic Goes Wrong, closing night in London I went to. Then I went to watch the show Goes Wrong. Went up to Manchester for that one, the original cast. Really enjoyed it. I'm now booked to go see Minds Mangler, Member of the Tragic Circle, up at Edinburgh Fringe, and watch that. And then I'm off to go see Good Luck Studio as well, up in Coventry. So that's all booked. Very excited for it. I follow them all around now. I'm hoping if they do another series of show Goes Wrong, then I'll be sure to be sure to go and watch that live studio once as well. Hopefully once that all goes back to normal. So I believe they've announced series 3, and yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. Right, so this point, so we're up cruise, looking pretty good. Engine's stable, 77% output at the moment. Body Mach decimal 84, pretty stable the aeroplane. Look at the FMS, all looking good. Again, it's essentially it's just a really big A320. This just common gauges, common systems. It does a really good job at it. I like it. I like it a lot. Right, so that hasn't changed at all, which means I did actually take off about 2 tons of fuel. 2 tons of fuel, 4 tons of fuel lights. Took off. Yeah, we took off with 2 tons of fuel, just not on board for some reason. So I'll probably get shouting at later on. So I got plenty of fuel for landing, expected for 4 tons. So yeah, we'll be all right. Just need to be a naughty Drawyah, not take up the right load. Got charts available if we need to for Brussels and Frankfurt. It's very helpful. I'm sure that links to SimFree one way or another. Sorry, Navigraph one way or another. Ground services don't require any of this at the moment. Airplane don't require any of this at the moment. Missile cabin look if you really want to. As I said, I don't actually really know what to do with this page because it doesn't really. Once you're airborne, this doesn't really do much that you need to worry about. So I must admit. Apart from that, like I say, it's handling well, nothing to worry about. I've got a dead arm from the vaccination. It'll be alright. So just check my bookings quickly. So one thing I want to do today at some point is book a bus from Tampere to Lappeenranta. It'll be on the Sunday the 3rd. She's booked a 4 PM bus, so I'll make sure I book the same one. I'm trying to see next to her as well, presuming it's still available. I think we could do it now, 2 seconds. Right, I'm going back in 2 seconds. I'm going to book this bus, confirm it's the right one, and then continue the flight. So you've got 2.5 hours to go. Give me 2 minutes. I'm going to book this bus quickly. Personally, I'd use a train because I've got my international priv working on rail, but I don't have that. Therefore, bus is cheaper. Also, actually slightly quicker as well because it goes via Volanta rather than going via Helsinki. So BRB. Also, it reminds me, I then need to book the bus for the but the train from then Lappeenranta to Helsinki for return back to London. Try to book a morning train so I get a bit of time in Helsinki as well to try and catch up with a few friends. Right, back in a bit. Hello again. Right, bus is booked, and there's now one more thing I've also got to book, and that is hopefully going to be on this website here. So, shopping with Finnair. I'm going to go to the Finnair shop and pre-order something from a flight. And that will hopefully be, go to the, it's going to be Finnair exclusive I need, Finnair exclusives. There they are, right, one of these, where's the other one? I don't think we've got the A320, there's the A350 model, €25, it's not cheap, Ryzen 7 for €10. There you go, Finnair exclusive, hopefully, there we go. Do I get a Finnair branded reindeer as well, because why not? So that's a, it's a 350, ooh. So I'm definitely getting one of these. Do I get a Finnair reindeer? Because why not? So I'm spending this much money already, I'm going to do it. Right, so 3 items in the basket. A Finnair 350, Finnair 340 and a branded reindeer, because, you know, nice price, I'll take that. Eligible for Finnair points. Let me just log into Finnair. Finnair plus points. I'm probably just pushing them straight to my, because again, Swan World, so I'll probably put them to my British Airways, what are BA points called again? BA... Come on, where are they gone? Executive Club points, BA Executive. Right, I've logged in, yes I have. So, Alpha Yankee 1337. Select date is going to be the 2022 07. Come on, there you go, 6th of July. Add flight details. Your flight mesh can be that really? Oh right, because for example, I can input 1337. There we go. Right, so Finnair points to be added. That's my flight details. Pre-order 30 days for departure. That's fine. 12. Oh, that's fine. It's like 2 weeks left to go. Right. I need to censor that. Right, and put my details down for United Kingdom. Postcodes. Cool, that'll do. I can see the payment information, input my credit card, confirm your order. I've ready, that's fine. Bit of MasterCard. So number expires this month of that year. And my magic number are those. Management card I'm using there too often, and pay. Done the order. Approve payment, thumb scan, and bish bash bosh, I'm the proud owner of 2 Finnair models and a reindeer. Payment being processed. There we go, thank you for your order. Hard order number. So, your order included pre-order process flights, Helsinki Vantaa, London Heathrow, Finnair model, a branded reindeer, €39. I want to cancel it, so I probably won't do my profile page. I have to go to my email, and that should hopefully appear. Like I said, I'm now proud owner Again, whenever I fly, I always try to pick up a model. The most recent flights that I could do that was a Wizz Air flight. I got this Wizz Air A321, because I flew a Wizz Air A321, so it's quite warm this when I move this to somewhere else. Okay, yeah, it gets really warm, so be careful about that. Yep, got the email, got the confirmation. It is what it is. Right, so that's looking good. How's our flight progressing? Now entering Sweden. It shouldn't be too far from Copenhagen at this point, if I remember. Sorry, Stockholm. Stockholm is... Yeah, so Stockholm's further up north. Copenhagen, we do actually fly over the airports near enough. That's us. That's Copenhagen Airport. That's our routing. So we do fly over that, but it's also down below. Yeah. Welcome to Sweden, I guess. So we'll fly over Sweden for about half hour or so. Then take a route over Denmark. Denmark into North Germany. Through the Netherlands. Fly over Amsterdam Schiphol. Get that right. Over the English Channel. And then approach and land into Heathrow 09. Pretty much a busy airport. There's a standstill event going on right now, so I think people are doing their circuits and flights. Yeah, looking pretty good at the moment. Well, the Finnair A350 is handling very, very well today. Again, if you guys want to see more Finnair 350, if you guys want to see more 354s, I'll have to be Finnair, the inner airline. British Airways have these. Just to say, I guess, because I know you guys keep telling me to fly the Finnair 350. Well, you guys tell me to, I keep saying Finnair 350, I'll fly Finnair 350. You guys keep telling me to fly the A350 more often. It's an aircraft that I've, again, just pushed aside for no apparent reason. X-plane aircraft, of course, system-wise, very, very good compared to MSFS anyway, so definitely worth doing. I just need to sit and actually do it, I guess. But if you guys want to see more, just say in the chat. I will go through chat later on. If flights free onboard Wi-Fi, I'll probably be talking to you guys in the flights. I know the Finnair 350 has Wi-Fi on board. I can't remember if it's free or not. If I have to pay for it, probably won't for such a short leg. But no, it'll be good to have. It'll be good to have. Of course, I'll be enjoying the in-flight entertainment system because I've never been on a flight like that before. It's just like joy. It's a lot of joy. And hopefully, for making my trips been a bit more frequent, because again, Ryanair do fly to Tampere now direct from London, so they'll do that a bit more frequently, and just, yeah, overall, see my friends out there a bit more often, because again, they're great people out there. Anyone I've come across, like, their friends are my friends kind of thing, like, anyone I've met through them have been absolutely superb. Everyone talks about Finland as that introverted country where no one talks to each other, which, to an extent, is true, but I just enjoy it out there. It's some very different experience, like sauna. Never ever thought I'd ever do that as a Brit. Still a bit awkward, I must admit. I'm in there, but honestly, it's just it does feel relaxing. The heat, the warmth, just sit there, close your eyes and relax. You close your eyes because it's just too hot to keep them open, but again, I do really like it out there. Very, very good country. If you get a chance to visit Finland, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I don't know about the sound of this airplane. Audio 350 is one thing I'd say probably needs a bit of tweaking. Sounds okay, just not great, if you know what I mean. So I've got cruise, look pretty good. Let's look at the IVAO website, see how things are going. So in terms of London arrivals, both Stansted and Luton are online, no Heathrow. We're over here at the moment, so plan 400, currently doing 400, ground speed 477, ETA at the moment, as crow flies is, there's 125 remaining. Not much no traffic at the moment. Look at Heathrow inbound legs. 2 aircraft inbound. The Paris Charles de Gaulle departing from Air France. was my Finnair Helsinki looking down at the moment as well. There was actually another Finnair Helsinki London as well a few minutes ago, but obviously I missed them. I see the other sheet, the Bremen aircraft also disconnected as well. Sorry, Bergen aircraft disconnected, just us and the U2 left. Sorry, 7, the U2's a different one. But apart from that, looks pretty good. Actually into their control space at the moment, so we've got a little while to go before we get there. I put a note down on the XU saying, hey, anyone around the Heathrow Tower? Hopefully get someone to respond, but not the end of the world if we don't. Not the end of the world. Have you properly... What do you do to the throttles to align? Someone's asking for support on their 320. How do you... So when you... It's not configure, it's when you... So when you start their alignments, when you get a yoke, you need to calibrate it. Again, the scenery's actually been pretty good today as well. Not MSFS level, but it does look pretty pretty. You can see the audio loop of that engine there. Not delicious. Right, so let's say progress pretty good. I'm going to take a short break. I'll come back, probably when we get towards Copenhagen in about 20 minutes or so. So take a short break, get myself freshen up a little bit, give my arm a bit of movement in. It's still a bit dodgy from the... Again, I don't mind the COVID vaccines. I've had 2 of them already, both for Moderna. This is my 3rd booster Moderna. And yeah, I get there's a lot of news, a lot of scared saying this thing causes problems, but for me, it's peace of mind at the very least that I have now got the booster, and therefore should be protected for these next 6 months or so. Yeah, no, I'll say, I don't mind it too much. I can understand the risks and the people who have fear about it and all that kind of stuff, but for me personally, I generally don't mind it too much. I've had all the vaccinations in the past as a kid and all that, so just like, next step I guess though, with that. Yeah, so I'm going to take a short break. I might grab something to eat quickly and pop back in once we are ready to continue onwards, I guess. Yeah, cool. BRB. Hello again. This point's just over Copenhagen now. Right up the airport just below us. Hopefully... Where is it? Ah yeah, sorry, slightly to the north of Copenhagen, so yeah. There's city centre. Airports, I believe it's kind of that green spot there. Yeah, so it's not loading the scenery, but the airport is kind of in that empty patch over there. If you're a bit closer, I'd probably be able to spot it a bit clearer, but... Yeah, Copenhagen. Aircraft is always performing admirably. We're about halfway there now to Heathrow. Let's check our approach frequencies and everything as well. So, we've already done our performance, no, observation, that'd be on the departure. We've got our arrival information, that's what I need to try and figure out now. Navigator, GPS, sections and data, stats, observation. So if I go to departure, like I said, departure, everything pretty much. I'll double check our frequencies for Heathrow. So there's stuff that I don't quite know. Okay, so not. Destination perhaps? Ah, there we go, perfect. So, Heathrow, that's our locator. 09, that's the length, of course, 090. Approach 09 left, frequency 10.3. Lambourne via star none, transition none. Star should be a Logan to hotel. But as long as the routing's plugged in, that's all I really need to worry about at the moment. I can, if I really want to, plug in where things are. Squawk menu, squawks, navigation, there you go, navigation, ILS. Frequency is 110.3, was it? Yep. And the course is 090. Sorry, 089. In. What I can also do is plug in the VOR 113.6 113.6. Of course, you can leave that as blank, so hopefully we get a bit closer to Heathrow. The VOR should come to life with the distance to the airport. Get a test quickly. Let's do Copenhagen, Echo Kilo Charlie Hotel. Quick chance for that. So it's 1125 cancelled. 11250. There we go. So that's marked Copenhagen's behind us. That's the back of the arrow. So that's working for 7 miles to our south. Anything else in the bridge as a reference point? Again, I've got a Heathrow VOR. Yes, actually I can. I pop over into Heathrow charts again. I go to approach charts, so I'll pin the 09er or pin the Logan. So yeah, these Lambournes are VOR 115.6. That would be useful to have. 11560. So that'll be that's our last frequency set. As soon as I'm localized, we'll be able to connect into that without any problems. Again, now systems come on and on when it goes to the airports. Yeah, that should work quite nicely. So that's going to give us different VORs depending on where we're on the route at the moment. So we're looking at Cathedral at the moment. See the land below, so good land. Where it goes back is water, land, water, land, water. That's just loads of water ahead of us, pretty much. Heathrow and the approach now visible on the ND, so we can zoom in a little bit more slightly. Same thing with Copilot, so you find that. No, everything is pretty stable at the moment. Been airborne for an hour and 11 minutes. Now 16th expected arrival. In reality, we have Yeah, thank you, that's all good. So what did I actually click on? I clicked on the runway design, that's fine, I'll bear that in mind for future. Yeah, so 15:33 Zulu, right now it's 14:24. So an hour and 9 minutes to go. That's our top of descent. They should also calculate that for us as well. So 400, 400, 400. Top of descent is just between AppInTheAir and Hypnos. That'll calculate all for us quite nicely. Hit the localizer at 2,500, which we'll set on the autopilot soon. And then, yeah, there we go. Final bit I need to check are fixes. Can I program fixes in this airplane? The answer is hopefully. No, okay, right, let me just quickly see. Let me just ask someone who I know. So your position directs to inside next waypoint, deletes that, hold at it, airways, overfly, enable alternative, new destination constraints. Yeah, definitely not that. So if I want to set the speed or altitude restrictions, that's where I do it from there, but don't need to do that at the moment. Return there without touching, return there. Again, fixes aren't the biggest thing in the world. If I don't really need them, they're just good as a reference point. Speaking of which, there's also our speeds, I presume, as well. So speeds, maximum weight 4, set that some step. Yeah, so 282, 330 at Logan, down to 250, we're passing 1,000, so 220 at Lambourne, 202 at, yeah, just again steps our speed as we continue the approach. Might do manual speed at that point, we will see. Also, I think the A350, well, the charts give us the numbers for that, so back over to the charts, please. Max 220 at Lambourne, and then at that point I think it's just 220 all the way in. The answer is yes, yes it is. So leave it at 220 then, manual, and so yeah, running down ourselves to get close to that approach path. 10 miles be intercepted, by 4 miles need to be fully configured, and then bring it into the touchdown. Hopefully I remember how the GTW gross weight will be fine. Yeah, at that point it should then just be, well, bring it into land, I guess. Change it to gross weight, should be alright for landing. Expected weight is going to be I think weight's 118,909, 180 tons. Right, yeah, no, we should be alright for the landing. Anything air configured for approach? Probably not. Probably not. Still fuel, not changing at all. Cabin's just cabin. Takeoff performance, that's takeoff performance, it would be in that landing. Stays as it is. So actually, if I go back to the FMS, our minimum approach speed today won't be on this page. It's going to be under flight plan, just based on this then. Minimum approach speed and landing at 136, so we 131 landing, 136 plus VRF5. Cool. So that's our approach now fully configured. 484 miles to go, an hour and 10 to landing. Go back through the cabin, so make sure I'm not clicking on the sim of open PACX, because you know what it's going to do, it's going to open the cargo doors at this altitude, which isn't a big no-no. As for my seats, so there is first at my seats, currently Simeon Hakinen. The time seatbelt signs, I'm sure I did, yes I did. So yeah, I hope you're all doing alright. 29-year-old travelling on leisure, well, I guess. Apart from that, first class is a little bit busy, and it's just kind of all economy at the back there, so no real, unless that is business class, and then first class, and this is for specific European, yeah, 2x2 seating rather than 1-2-1, so business at the front, Combi at the back. Not looking too bad. Can put in their rounds, looking pretty good. One taking a rest at the back there, 2 seconds. Very, very good. One person sitting all alone at the back there. And then Hakkinen. You've got the roast themselves. You've got this person here, so you've got Silver, Dragovich and the roast themselves. Got over here, you've got Julius Heinonen on the roast themselves. Anne-Marie and Jacob sitting on their own 2 seats in the middle. Arya, Yaminen sitting on their own row. I guess quite empty the back of the aeroplane. Talma on their own. Celery, Victor, Martha. Yeah, it gets quite quiet. It's quite empty at the back of the aeroplane. Centre of gravity very much in the centre today. Yeah, Brussels heading towards Heathrow soon. Finnair running 1937 local time. A couple of departures out. It's got a flight boarding to Porto. Porto was it? Lisbon. It's always Lisbon. Don't know why. Was it too much around? Because PPT, presume, is Porto, but it's not. So that's Heathrow. Got flight outs to Innsbruck and flight outs to Paris. So yeah, France is outbound leg of it. It's a very quick turnaround that. And again, it's very short flights. Got visit Paris today as well. Of course, that's loose. We've got the events. We're still over. I know we're entering North Germany now, so we've crossed over. Ooh, we've crossed over here. Okay, right, now we've done that. So, is that it? That is it. No, it's not. Where is it? Where is the ferry crossing? I've been on a ferry out here. It's headed south, is it? Yeah, okay, right. So, it's not that one, it's this one. Down the land shape, yeah, that's it. So, there you go. It's right. That over there. It's a bit farther away now, but that there. So that there is Puttgarten, and that over there is Rodby. Presumably it would also Puttgarten, Rodby. 2 towns. That's in Denmark. That's in Germany. There's a boat, a ferry that crosses the water at this point. And a couple of years ago, in November, I took a boat, a ferry. Not just any ferry. It was a train ferry. So the train drives from Copenhagen and then terminates here. The boat docks up, the ferry boat docks up, passengers cars to board and all that, buses board, lorries board, and then the train also boards the boats. So the train will sit on the track, the boat lines up with the railway line, and the train drives forward onto the boat. Don't know quite how it works, the boat must have some really good alignment onto it. But the train then boards the boat, sits on the boat as it goes across the water, and then the boat stops, cars drive off, lorries drive off, and then the train leaves as well. The train on the railway tracks continues onwards, and it goes all the way down to Hamburg. Really, really fun that. Really, really fun. Really enjoyed the trip. It was a boat ferry, it's a train ferry, an IC3 unit from Danish National Rail, and yeah, it's something I don't normally do. It's such a different experience because again, you don't really get this stuff well anywhere in the UK. Probably once upon a time, again, no, back then stuff like the to board the train ferries, all the tickets I sold with those systems, they were all we got off the train, boarded the boat, and carried on. So the Orient Thameslink Express, passengers start from London, take the train down to Folkestone, you leave the train, board the boat, and board a different train as in France. But on that occasion, the boat stayed, or the train stayed the same throughout. I'll show you some screenshots and videos from that. November 16, 2019. Let me have a look for it. Take this. December 17. Give me 2 seconds, sorry, the photo just popped up, I don't even remember this. December 13, 2017. Did I go anywhere? It's not even my gallery. I don't know why it's appearing. How odd. How odd. Sorry, it just threw me off. Showing like a random photo of something I don't remember. November 19, 2019. And that's frozen. Great. I hope it's the there we go. That's miserable Finland. Okay, right. So. So this is train arriving at, I'll meet this out for case of audio, train arriving at Copenhagen. It's a beautiful unit this, that's the entire gangway of there, it's a massive, massive bubble basically. Train arriving. Here we go, right, so that's us at the ferryport station. Not the best way to do it at night. There's a platform, there's the boats. Our train, that's Todby. Moves forward. So moves forward. Slowly moves forward. Now the ramp. The train just drives onto a boat. There you go, that's a lorry. So that's the entry door, there you go. There you go, look, we're on a boat now. After that, we then deboard the train and there's us debarking the train. You see, there's the carriages and that kind of stuff. A few steps down. Little platform for a set of stairs to go off on. Look, here's a train on a boat. Such a small little thing that just fills me with joy. There you're on a boat now, so in the water. A little bit of a rough night that night, a little bit of storm, a bit of rain. Had a spaghetti bolognese, which is quite nice bolognese. A bit salty, but not too bad. There you go, that's back of the train on the boat. And then when we arrive at the other end, that's us reboarding train, I think. Yeah, it's reboarding. See, if I had a better video, I would have probably done this on the other channel. Problem is, the train no longer runs anymore, so if it's either this or nothing, the video quality is a bit average. I'll speak to my editor, see if he can try and do something about it. It's probably not. But, there you go. Back on the train. Start disembarking very shortly. There's a lorry. That's a lorry this time, not light. A few more lorries. There's the door at the other side. Now back on the railway line in Germany. I thought it was wonderful. There were only 2 of these left in Europe. This service was discontinued at the end of November, so this service no longer runs anymore. It now takes different routes. Slightly long way around, but quicker train service because there's no boats in the middle, which just slow things down. But yeah, this service is discontinued. There's one more train ferry left in Europe, somewhere in Sweden. I can't remember where it is exactly, but yeah, there you go. That's what I was doing there a little while ago. And then train to continue all the way towards Hamburg. There's the station that arrived at. And then I went on and had a look around to Wonderland. Lovely place. If you've ever been to Wonderland, definitely worth a visit. It's a really, really good place to go. Absolutely beautiful. So there you go, that's what I was doing. In terms of flight progress, we've now left Denmark, we've now left North Germany even, back over to North Germany a bit more, but pretty much straight after that into the Netherlands. About an hour or so to landing now, less than an hour till the FMS tells us we're going to touch down, so stay in the cockpit for the rest of the flights. And soon, starting about our approach and descent. All the aircraft on for this flight, again, 3 flights are done, so London to Stansted to Oslo Gardermoen to Tampere Pirkala, and then Helsinki Vantaa to London Heathrow. 3 different aircrafts: 737, A220, A350. So this is probably by far the most advanced aircraft of the 3. The Level Up Stroke Zybo 73 is pretty good as well. This one just has a bit more going for it systems wise. And the A220 again, lovely airplane to fly, but it's just too much of a predicament to fly, it really is. Yeah, no, apart from that, really, really good. So, onwards to the Netherlands. 10% should be visible to us, just there, between Update and Ibnos. Get on to about my fixes. Okay, yeah, okay. So in the real 350 can, the FlightFactor is not allowed to input fixes yet. That's my answer. Not the end of the world, you could live without it. Go away. Actually, that proves it. Look, these are tow systems. So tows a while ago, took the FlightFactor 350, little partnership ensued, and then they just basically rebuilt all the systems, all the gauges for it, to make it, well, far better, far nicer than the original ones. And that's what about to life for the FlightFactor 350, because the default systems gauges are pretty good, but this made it so much better, so much better. So, can you set fixes on the 50? No. You can on the real one, but not in the FlightFactor. So my response is, okay, no worries. They respond, all the worries. Everyone on Earth are coming out in cold sweats. Terror everywhere. Cool, that's the the lack of fixes for you. Fixes no more. Only brokens. But no, that's it. Flight's progressing well, looking pretty good. Top percent, I'll get myself ready for that soon. TOD is expected at 15:04. So, yeah, top percent's in 20 minutes. Provide up on Unicom for descent. We'll set up that now. So arrival, runway 09 left. Inbound from the north, actually inbound from east at this point. Start will be the Logan 2 Hotel, approaching the ILS. Transition level 7,000 feet. Progression 6,000 feet. UK. So yeah, now top we're ready. Speak to passengers, give them a look at the weather and everything, and get going from there. Temperature has cooled down a little bit for us. So I'm now reporting at 23 centigrade, not quite 24 anymore. Still bloody warm, I guess. Hopefully get tower, have to put a call out for it, but not the end of the world if we don't. And to be fair, actually looking at our approach path, it probably will be northeast, so we'll mark it as northeast. Careful of all the aircraft around this area actually as well. Keep visual on all of that. There goes the Lisbon departure. Lisbon arrival. One out, one in. TAC 1351, TAC 1369. There you go. 320 Neo, 321 Neo. They'll be in Totus as well. And then this is Speedbirds 2 Delta Papa going from Heathrow to Toulouse. The other thing I've got to keep an eye on was also the cabin crew strikes. British Airways announced strikes. I know Ryanair are going to strike in the summer. I don't think Air Baltic's striking, but I need to, as long as I get myself to Oslo, that's all I care about at the moment. So I made a flight in July. I've got two flights, two trips booked in August. So August I'm flying with Ryanair from London to Dublin, and then flying with EasyJets from Luton to Edinburgh. So I've got 3 flights booked for August. That should be it for me. I don't think I've got any more trips in July. So say 6th of July. Next flight was the 3rd of August. I don't know. Do I do anywhere at the end of July? I do need to go to Poland at some point to get my passport. So I've done all the applications, done all the processes, got my ID card waiting. So I've still got to go to Poland to get my passport one last time. So I need to go there probably in July. Hopefully not too much disruption to ensue. We'll see. So I hope that should be it for July, but if I need to go to Poland, I need to go to Poland. That's again, not really a leisure trip, it's more of an importance kind of, I've got to do this if I don't do this I mess up. But we'll see. So I've got a few weeks left to go. Keep an eye on the shape of things. If disaster ensues, then we have to give it a wait. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go okay for a little bit more, so I went back. It's only take too long, so we're going to hit top 10 soon anyway. I'll actually do one last quick check for something. I'll back in a minute. BRB. Cool. Back again and back again for the whole flight. Progress looking good, like I say. Oh, that's just every single waypoint in the world. Thank you. Yeah, that's like doing pretty good. Top percent, not for a few more minutes. 43 to expected arrival. Yeah, it's gonna be good progression today. Good old progression. Top percent in the next few minutes. We've got our approach configured, so that's all good for us. A message from someone on Instagram. If you're ever on Instagram, drop me a message. I'll happily reply to you most of the time. It's probably the same the most active on Instagram. Alright, I'm going to put Instagram down now. Have a drink of water. And enjoy a Mento. Why not? He's with my brother, came from Poland recently. Orange one. Yeah, so like I say, flight's progressing good. Looking at whereby, still busy at Stansted, but that's going to come to an end shortly. 2 Brussels arrives actually. They'll depart soon. They'll probably actually can at similar time to us. Brussels is down here. Where is it? There you go. What are you doing at the moment? So we're both at stand. Been online for how many minutes? 20 minutes, yeah. Pushback shortly, which I probably will do. Good chance I'll land at similar time with us at Heathrow. It's prime time around the network, so it's 7 PM on a Thursday, so if you're on, you're going to be on now. Try and spot the airport while we're at it. There it is, Amsterdam Schiphol. Been there once, from London Heathrow to Schiphol, and then Schiphol down to Paris Charles de Gaulle. I'll make return times down soon. Probably before the end of the year. I say I've been to the Netherlands, though not really, so when you cross the border here, just get to Schengen. So yeah, I've crossed the border, I've got a passport stamp for the airport and everything, but it'd be good to actually properly spend a few days here, just walk around. Yeah, a few guys who now know live here as well. Right, now let's prepare ourselves for TOD. So, inbox down to 2,500, 80 miles to go. Passenger satisfaction 91%, so they're looking pretty good back there. Not great, it's not perfect, but certainly enough. Yeah, we were a little bit late departing Helsinki today, so passengers will be a little bit miffed by that, but yeah, for the most part, shouldn't be too bad. We also have Knowledge Stats, which has also its own flight sim show. Outbound flights heading to Oslo Garden Moment. Is that Helsinki inbound still going? I know it's not disconnected. Oh well, it's good to see some traffic on the way out at least. Yeah, so actually flying overhead across departing now to Edinburgh, is that? Yeah, Edinburgh. Sorry, Glasgow, just arrived from Glasgow. It's a it's business jet. Very nice. Just approach this over the airport, inland, very good. Gonna hit the water now when the line disappears. Start descent, should then start to fly up again shortly after that. See it inbox, we've got our descent profile now as well, that's all loaded in, so the aircraft will descend as it marks itself. Zoom on the co-pilot side as well, so check the rest of the flight routings per our position. Do you give us any chance to Heathrow, or is it just going to be a locked on Helsinki thing forever? Is it because I'm in a Finnair livery, it just gives me by default Helsinki? If it is, that's pretty smart, so I'll give you that as credits. But again, Heathrow charts, which go out of the Navigraph, so taxi, airports, pin that, now on parking stand showing terminal 3. This one's supposed to be from that, so we'll leave on that one. And parking stands, probably expect Pier 6, 307, 305 or 303. Most likely 303, 305 and 307, generally after the Airbus A350s I've noted. What does this actually give us on the SAM? I still was playing against Snake, didn't I? Right, I'll do that as well. Import from SimBrief. And request stand 303 if that's possible. Perfect. And this was at 15, 14, 12, 40 Zulu. So yeah, it's 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock departure, that's fine. Right, play a quick game of Snake because it's a bit late in the flights. I'll knock your phone out for this. Oh, yeah, knock your phone coming just out from Finland. Whoops. Oh boy. Okay, score 30. Try and beat that. Probably quite easy. Can see for now at the moment. Got 6 tons of fuel in each tank. Temperature right now minus 28 centigrade. Total fuel used is 12,000 kilos, so we use about 2/3 of our fuel at the moment. Also cabin altitude and cabin vertical speed, so that'll be the pressurizations we descend. Currently pressurized to 7,500 feet, which is pretty good, 10,000 being the limit. Flight time, 2 hours 50 apparently. Ah, we have a clock! We have a clock, guys! We have a clock. Been airborne for 1 hour and 50 minutes, so I'm not quite sure it's got the 2 hours from. Let's just go an extra hour from like ground set or something. So yeah, 14:58 Zulu. That's actually very useful now to know where I exactly am. 58. So landing in approximately 35 minutes. Yep, there we go. Right, so next VOR at Lambourne. So 142 miles from Lambourne. That should also then connect to Heathrow in the next couple of minutes. Now left Netherlands over the water. Of course, the 2 aircraft now departing Brussels. They should arrive. Yes, they should arrive at a very similar time to us. Just in the distance, right on the horizon, Just see the coast of the UK coming into view now. That's France and Netherlands, ignore that. That's what we care about. Dinging noise will be engraved into my mind the rest of the evening. Also, Brussels are now departing. One of them is on the runway about to take off. The other one's going to hold short. Antwerp Tower's on the line. No traffic inbound, so going to speak into Brussels approach. You'll be doing their departure. Now approaching Abned. So Abned will set the altitude to 2,500. And then as soon as you hit that NOS point, press the button and the aircraft starts its descent. Yeah, so let's speak to passengers, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, updates from the flight deck. We are approximately 30 minutes out from Heathrow Airport, expecting a landing shortly after, and therefore top percent also coming up very shortly soon. Right now the weather at Heathrow reporting at 23 degrees centigrade, no clouds, clear blue skies at the moment, so be sure to enjoy that as we make our landing shortly. If you need to use the toilets, please do so now, as we'll be preparing the cabin for landing very shortly, and therefore closing and lock toilet doors, and having seatbelt signs switched back on. But once again, we thank you for flying with Finnair. We hope you enjoyed your flight so far, and we hope you continue to enjoy the rest of this flight. Thank you very much. So here's the cabin. So altitude down to 2,500. Let's go somewhere for that. Try to find it. No. Where's the button? Come on. Where is it? I know I changed it. I changed it to Helsinki. Behind it? No. Where's it gone? Again, we said 2,000. The aircraft will level off at 2,500 anyway. Just better to have it to 2,500 for the sake of trying to both all in the correct place. It's not the end of the world. Oh, there you go. Found it. Perfect. There you go. 2,500 sets. Misapproach altitude, if you can't make it to Heathrow, misapproach altitude will be 3,000. So that's on Unicom, our top of descent. Can I change this? No, I can't change it on the A350 like the 737. So in Boeing aircraft, you can change the altimeter to on standby mode, and then when you just click away, it'll go straight to the altitude. On this occasion, you can't. Right, 2,500. That will do. Go. Right. So at this point we've got our approach configured. Everything's perfect as far as I'm concerned. Start our descent. We'll activate the landing systems around 10,000 feet. Let the aircraft do the approach. Nice and simple today. No real long holds anywhere. Runway 09 at Heathrow, so unfortunately I don't get to really see much of London City itself, though we will be able to spot the city from the left-hand side passenger seats. And yeah, landing at Aerosoft Heathrow. This time, I have got it installed properly. Remember last time I did flights from Heathrow to Zurich, like 10 minutes into the stream, had to reload the scenery because I realised I had the default. Pardon me, realised I had a default scenery installed, not the fancy one, so I had to backtrack on that one. But the rest of it's okay. Right, we're gone for 2.5 hours now. Riding for 2 hours, top percent already. So he's given us the variable out speed again for descents. Green dot shows that we're bang on the descent path right now. Go path showing so accurate all the way down. Heathrow just visible at 150 odd miles. Yeah, so far so good. Seatbelt sign will turn around 15,000, 10,000 then let's come on. Cabin crew will be given their 10-minute warning. 26 minutes expected arrival. Currently right now it is 15:08, landing at 15:33, so 25 minutes to landing, 25 minutes, so we're bang on time at the moment, so expected arrival, pretty good. As for our flight progression, we are now 90% of the way there, 10% left to go. That's our descent rate, that's our indicated airspeed, that's our ground speed, altitude, and apparently it'll be 738. Don't know about that one, aeroplane. About the massive hole in the ground as well. Let's just explain not quite loading in tiles quick enough. Get when you have low memory or bad memory at some points. Should patch up with fly overhead. As long as the Heathrow, there you go, patched up. As long as Heathrow loads in, that's what we care about at the moment. We can have a void of a London as long as Heathrow has got scenery. Alright, passing through level 300, 30,000 feet. So you are descent. Maximal 82 being held at the moment, so still pretty good on the way to speed. Got to remember that I've got to hold 220 knots on the approach path, so back to you. Not you, sorry, back to you. Observation Logan, 250 needs to be at, Sabre 16,000, 250 knots at Weasel, 220 knots by Lambourne, so the aircraft will do that automatically. Switch over to manual speed, 220 knots will hold until we get towards the 10-mile marker. Switch back to automatic speed control, and let the airplane slow itself down from there. 220 knots should be possible for flaps 1. Yeah, so it's full position flaps as per standard. I don't know if there is anything I need to do for the approach performance. Yes, there is. Descent, approach. Right, let's plug it all in. So winds currently reported at. See, you need to make sure we do this step by step. Winds reported. So it's 190 at 10 knots. Temperature at 22 degrees centigrade now. QNH 1007. Minimums today. The Class A aircrafts 279. And then radio distance is 200, but leave that 279, that's fine. Transition altitude to 5,000. That needs to be set to 6,000. Full flap standing. So yeah, min approach speed 131, V approach 136. So I'll leave it on that as a reference. That's fine. And then that's the go around if you need it. So go around 26,000, 23,000, that'll be our reduced reduction in sets. And there we go, right. Here's Heathrow, go to Lambourne VOR2. So that thin arrow, that's Heathrow, that arrow, that's Lambourne. One more time to get any traffic at Heathrow, or any ATC at Heathrow. Right, now entering the UK, just south of Colchester. New descent, passing level 20 to 20,000 feet. Keeping out if drag is required, because still a little bit on the speedy side, it's not too much though. Go back to the flight plan. So 230 by Lambourne, got the 55 miles till we get that point. Says that now about 30 miles to Lambourne, so the aircraft will need to slow down. They'll put out manual now gone then, so back to performance, back on approach, speed manual, reduced down to 220. 220 or 250 for Lambourne. Lambourne is 220. Interesting cloud layers today. According to the meter, no clouds reported, I don't know what this is all about. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. Still got plenty of visibility at this point. Change clouds over to quality. Frame rate drops, but that's what I guess. Yeah, it's not quite to the level of MSFS, these clouds. Even there you go, doesn't actually look that much different. Hey, now clouds are gone. You want to see London now? Yep, there's London City Airport. Like how the photogram which I've got just ends there, in all places. This is photogram, which isn't default scenery. It's not Pushback's UK South, although I should really have that installed. Once I've got no space on the hard drive for it. Something buzzing on my computer as well. Maybe it's that or something else. Might be these touching the wings. Something else in the computer buzzing. Actually, I don't like that sound very much. Hopefully nothing explodes. I'm taking it apart at some point soon, just have to look inside. Right, it's 10 miles from Lambourne, down to 220 knots, please, aeroplane. Just got this out to get some drag going. Lambourne needs to be at 7,000. Ooh, okay, yeah, we're a bit high as well, actually. Seatbelt signs on. Right, we'll leave spoilers active for a little while longer because we need to kill some speed and altitude now. Actually, that being said, it's meant to be above 7,000. It needs to be 7,000 by Lambourne 30. So actually, no, we're fine. Ignore me, we're fine. 7,000 or above at this point. So we can hold at 10,000 and be above it. This marks it as crossing 134. So now actually we are bang on the glide path. 7,000 by land 30, and then quickly descend beyond that. That's fine. Slide this down. I don't know how to set the auto brake, so we might just have to manual brake it the way in. Let me just ask my tow support guy if he knows. Ooh, we got someone. Yes, we got the approach controller. Beautiful. Right, let's tune in and say hello. Thank you very much. Right, frequency is 119.730. 119.730. Hello there, Heathrow approach. This is Finnair 7 Whiskey Golf, passing through level 130, inbound Logan, Lambourne. Lambourne.
F7 with Heathrow Director, good evening, expect vector CLS, runway 27, ascend, flight level 70, heading 260 degrees.
Okay, so change runway. Finnair 7 Whiskey Golf, expected vectors from runway 27 left, sense level 70 and turn left heading 260. That's fine, so 260 sets.
Finnair 7 Whiskey Golf, squawk 1212.
Squawk 1212 for Finnair 7 Whiskey Golf. How do you look at that? Squawk, there you go, 1212. Come on! Now just force it on the on the clients. Right, so 7,000. Increase the rate's about 1,000 miles per minute. 220 knots. That's fine. Change the runway now because it's runway 27 left to approach. So I'm going to go to flight plan, Heathrow, arrival. From there, can we right to runway 27 left, No approach, no VI, no size will be vectors in, so just insert that. Insert that. It's the frequencies I care about, so frequency 109.5, of course, 270. So it's under nav, wasn't it? ILS 10950 270. Chance actually, I think it's 272 actually for this approach. 27 left, pin that now. It's 269, of course. Right, that's alright. Leave that as a reference point now since that's what we care about. Passing through 10,000. Cabin crew, 10 minutes landing, 10 minutes.
We have begun our final descent into London Heathrow.
Forgot about that. Wind. Right, ego on. Actually, stay off. You forgot about that. I guess altitude where passenger can breathe. Awkward. There are no survivors. Right, so yeah, welcome to London. A very basic view of London. Landing system on and on.
And 7 Whiskey Golf, turn left, heading 100 degrees, setting up to 5,000 feet, your 28 track miles from touchdown, QNH 1007.
Turn left, heading 100 down to 5,000, QNH 1007 for Finnair Whiskey Golf. Down to 5,000, increase our rate a little bit more, above 220. Spoilers out. I'll get some flaps out to 220. Ah, okay. That's for braking. There you go, auto brake on, perfect. Okay. Cool. That is auto braking. So they're going to give us the snaked approach into Heathrow. So we'll bring that down 200 feet. Spoilers in, flaps 1. $1,200 to do for us today. See, the clouds don't look too bad from below. And when you slide on, it's a bit iffy, but for the most part, not looking too bad. So getting a right turn very shortly. That's what I should do actually. Yeah, try to bounce that. Since...
Golf, descend altitude 3,000 feet, turn right, heading 173.
Descend to 3,000, turn right, heading 170 for Finnair 7 Golf. 70, connection was 1006. 007, which I will set as well. Look at this compared to MSFS. That's the shot. Sorry, I've not seen like that before. See, that's the number of station. You recognise that. That's going to be Charing Cross. So that's kind of shit, that's Charing Cross. That's Waterloo. Waterloo looks recognisable. London Bridge kind of, that is depressing. There's the Oval. Oh boy, I need to get some London
Continue
scenery.
right hand turn, heading 250 degrees. Could I approach from a 27 left report established?
Continue right turn heading 250 and good approach from runway 27 left. We're established. Finnair Airbus A350. Continue 270. Good accelerate a little bit, so I'll squeeze it a little bit on the high side. Should be level very shortly anyway at 3000. Cleared for the line approach 2, so localize comes on, complete the turn aeroplane. We are now 13 miles from Heathrow. Reduce down to 220 knots, please. 136 is the minimum approach speed. Remember that's 136. Flaps 2. $10 miles. Runways in sight. Cabin crew, seats for landing please, seats for landing. Finnair 7 to Golf, establish runway 27 left.
Finnair 7 Whiskey Golf, swim 190 degrees, 10 knots from 27 left.
Presume landing clearance there we go. Cleared to land, 27 left, Finnair 7 Whiskey Golf. Comms are a little broken, but not horrible to understand. Cool. London's not as pretty as it used to be, is it? Right, let's do this. Reduce speed to 180 knots. You should capture the glide slope, hopefully. I suppose it hasn't. Catch up with it. Eight miles away. Going to try and catch up with the approach mode armed. Got this configured for it. Approach speed 136. Flaps 3, gear down. Yeah, we are on the high side, not the end of the world.
2000.
Flaps full. It's making some movement now. Yeah, that's more like it. Right. On the approach, a little bit late catcher, but won't make that like too many problems. No idea what that is. Something West London. Oh man, I missed the relative scenery.
1000.
Autopilot that stays on, the flight deactivates. On the aeroplane.
Terrain.
500. 400. 100 above.
So there's good evening, the beeline for Alpha Hotel and Borden to Hotel information charge.
200.
Think rate.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
Nice and steady.
190. 80.
Design 4 Alpha.
12 the countdown.
Okay, good evening. So again, your position.
20. Retard.
The
10.
throttles.
Lambourne on the Lambourne to Hotel arrival 7.
The rest is set.
Beeline 40, correction, Beeline 4 Alpha Hotel, good evening. Expect vectors to runway 26, correction 27 left,
6
no
knots.
delay, squawk 6436.
There you have it. Welcome to London Heathrow. Looks like it's a little bit rainy here today.
Vectors for the ILS 27 left,
Gentlemen, welcome
Beeline
to
4 Alpha.
The local time is 4:31 p.m.
Alpha Hotel 10, we're left, heading 250 degrees.
250 degrees, Beeline 4 Alpha.
Alright, welcome to Heathrow. APU.
Finnair Whiskey Golf, welcome to Heathrow, taxi stand 317 via Romeo Bravo Foxtrot.
Stand 317 by Romeo Bravo Foxtrot for Finnair 7 skill, thank you very much. I'll not twist the nose gear again. There we go. Right, so flaps up, APU starting, landing lights off, taxi lights set. Right, she stops now, so wipers off. Stand 317. That's nice and simple for us today, thank you very much. Right, increase throttle, let's go to gates. Not bad that, not bad at all. Is it minus 146? I'll take that. It's not the best end line ever, but in that
Beeline
don't
4
fly
Alpha
too
Hotel,
often. I'll take it.
5,000 feet, you're 25 track miles from touchdown, QNH 1007.
75,000 feet, QNH 1007.
Yeah, turns up this thing is not great. But what can I say? Really enjoyed that flight. The aircraft did perform pretty well. Can't really say much wrong about it. Got to Heathrow without too many problems. I changed the runway, so it was already 09 left, but it switched over to 27 left instead. Really nice approach. Gets us Smiths Avenue as a viewpoint, so we'll be able to have a look at that landing from that perspective. But yeah, no complaints really. That was a very, very well put together flight. Thank you, Finnair. I'm sure in real life flights probably more, well, flights probably a lot better. Pressure's perfect, no issues there, but from my point of view, the aircraft that I don't have the most familiarity with, that will certainly do. That will certainly do. Stand 317. AP's available. AP generator on. Read on.
Tune in. Vectors to the ILS, runway 27 left, no delay, squawk 654.
ILS 27 left, DT 260 and PC again, squawk.
Let's right and turn, please.
Squawk 6554 40.
Come on, aeroplane. I know you don't like turning, but we need you to get into the stand.
Squawk 6.
Come on. Come on. Come on, you beauty. We landed 47 check as well, so that's pretty good.
Heading 120 degrees, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
Oh, you don't like this, do you?
Alpha, I'll just confirm that's left heading
All passengers. Hollywood was clear skies, beautiful weather. No, it actually rained on touchdown. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. It's only a small little drizzle to be fair. Yeah, window. There's a few clouds, not really raining outside.
Beauty 260, turn left heading 260 degrees.
Right, taxi lights off.
Left heading 260, 260.
It's pretty stable, it's good I'm going to get it. Right, hold position. Parking brake. Set. Engines off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London Heathrow. Local time right now is 3:30 with temperature outside right now at 20 degrees centigrade. Apologies to the weather, looks like the clouds have started to roll in, a little bit of rain outside as well, but the rain has for the most part stopped. We thank you for choosing Finnair. We hope you enjoyed your flights on board today, and we hope to see you again in the very near future. Cabin crew, just on the doors cross check please. Thank you for flying with us today. A bit of rain over Akitos moi moi, thank you, bye bye, but obviously I forgot about that in time. Right, aircraft's rocking about like crazy at the moment. Is that really the wind affecting it? It might actually be. It probably explains why it probably drifts off the runway a little bit. We stopped at the 3:30 again. We've probably gone one line a bit more forward, but we're still in a relatively right place.
Line 4 Alpha Hotel, turn right, heading 250 degrees, clear direct approach from 27 left, report stop.
Right. Ground services, sets, ground equipment, planes at gates, ground plane connected, fuel truck, just doing the fuel truck now, so no luggage loader.
Sierra, descending up to 5,000 feet, 22 track miles to touchdown, QNH 1007.
So doors, probably the select that as well. Doors. We open them up. The rear doors, of course, the link to the comms key.
Descend to 3,000 feet, subject to 26
There you go. Finnair, welcome to
GT26 Heathrow, turn left, heading 160 degrees.
Left heading 160,
Alright, obviously go back to controller and say thank you for service. Finnair 7 Whiskey Golf, thank you for service. We shall be switching over to Unicom 122800. Take care and good evening.
Finnair 7 Whiskey Golf, thank you for advising, so have a good evening.
Perfect. Right, glad I got that control up. Made life a lot easier for us, especially with the runway change. I shall say a quick thank you to him on the Discord if he's on there. Is he on there? Yes, he is. Is that him? Yeah, it is. Oh, no, there's a surname, okay. So, passengers embarking the aeroplane. This window, because of course this is a pain. So passengers disembarking, performance ahead of schedule. Thank you for flying with us today. Let's end the flight and I've got a report. So Airflight 1337, A350 from Helsinki to Heathrow, 2 minutes 22 flight time, pan departure. That was the local time right now, so departed 10 minutes behind schedule, but definitely picks up that on the arrival. 314 passengers, saturated 90%, 141 landing rates, plus time 2040. So the winds are on our side today. That works out quite nicely. Going to distance from IVAO, so thank you for service today, that was really good. And yeah, what's left really is to go through the replays. So, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have to close all the doors. Fortunately, PACX is gone now, so no more faffing around with... no more faffing around with the doors and all that. Altar, we're off IVAO now, so we have to go to the runway without any problems. Right, landing from the right hand side.
Terrain.
500.
Terrain.
The minus rain messages, nothing too excessive.
400.
Terrain.
It's very silent out of the overhead tonight.
Terrain.
300.
Terrain is... it's not there. It's linked to, hang on, bear with me.
Think rate. Think rate.
Bear with me, it's going to be linked to the FMS, isn't it? Active, survival, controls, terrain off. Hopefully I'll stay off for the replay.
Terrain.
There we go. Cool. Landing from the passenger perspective. So this is the right hand side. I've got some auto around because of the Heathrow scene from Aerosoft. There's the Rich Ho's hangar. It does look good, doesn't it? It does look really good. There's Concorde. There's the flare. That was a solid touchdown. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, drifted to the left a little bit. That was down to wind. Obviously the aircraft was rocking quite a bit as it stands, so a little bit on that. Back to the air. Back to ortho scenery. Right, view from the left hand side. Looking pretty stable. A few warehouses down below. So the clouds from below look really good. As long as you're kind of side or above them, they get a bit iffy. But from here, actually, it's quite natural. That short final and touchdown. Right in the zone. I don't think I can ask about landing there. There's your flaps, there's your reversers. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Do one more passenger view, this time from the from my seat. So I'm way too far back. That'll do. So go from my seat, which is 2 rows behind the partition. At the back of the airplane, yeah, and you go to the middle. Again, look at the size of that wing from the interior. It's massive, absolutely massive. Right, this here. That's what I'm looking at. Cool, again, good view of the flaps there, good view of the wing. My brother chose a seat 4 because he'd done the A350. Albeit, Paris to Paris had to divert back because of issues with the cargo loading. There you go, nice and steady. There's an Air Canada building there. Air Canada office in the UK, did not know that. Nice and steady, nice and stable. And bosh. Yeah, that's beautiful. Do the view from Myrtle Avenue. See the plane spotters view. We're going past the aeroplane. Hope we are. Yes, we are. Right, Myrtle Avenue. So if you're a plane spotter at Heathrow, this is generally where you're going to stand. Fence in the way there, but you get a view of the runway. Beautiful. No, that was inch perfect. That's inch perfect. Again for the landing gear view. And finally, we'll do one for the runway side view. That was probably far better than I could have ever expected there. Boom. Beautiful. And then drifts to the left a little bit. That's just a wind act on the aeroplane. Some minor detail. Can't always win them all, I guess. Right, so let's go back, go back, go back, go back. And there's the aeroplane. Nice and steady. And bop. Perfect. Inch. Perfect. So yeah, I guess everyone's still on flight today. So, Airbus A350, Finnair from Helsinki to Heathrow. At this point, I'm going to be heading through Terminal 3, make my way through to the train station, and probably get a train back home. That's pretty, most likely my route instead. It's only what, 3 PM in the UK, 4 PM in the UK, so it's not too late in the evening. Working tomorrow morning, so I've got a nice 3 AM wake up start. Love it. But I've not done early since about 3 weeks now, so I can't complain about it really. Otherwise, yeah, there we go. Finnair from Helsinki to Heathrow. Alpha Yankee 1337. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. Do comment if you already. Thank you very much for watching. I'll probably have a vlog of this flight on my vlogging channel soon, so check out the pinned comments for that. Otherwise, yeah. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon for some more flights in action. Take care, have a good one, and have a good evening. Bye bye.